Hi, Rana. Look, first of all, thank you very much for taking part in the Business Spotlight Series interview. So I'm going to quickly hand over to you. I'll let you introduce yourself and your business and what you do.
Thank you. Thank you so much for giving me this opportunity to talk about the business and to know more about you. We are a loyalty program. We are the world's first loyalty program where loyalty points are backed with a gold, the real gold. So when the members earn the points, it's tangible. You get the value of it, what you are getting, and it never expires. It's liquid in nature, so you can spend all across the ecosystem. It's brand agnostic, so you're not tied up with one brand. We power loyalty program of small brands. Let it be a boutique hotel, a restaurant, shopping mall, theme parks, where the customer get incentivized for booking directly with them, so they earn gold as a cashback. So instead of giving real cash, we actually buy gold of that value, we hedge it, and then give the value to the gold. So now if you have, let's say 100 mg of gold, if the gold value went up by 10%, your purchasing power went up by 10. And since it's never expire, it's always curb the inflation. And particularly when you're traveling all across, you don't need to worry about carrying multiple points, which hotel I stay, so on. You can stay all across. In our travel shop, we have about 1 million hotels, airlines, and it's a very customer-centric loyalty program, but everything is underwritten with gold as a value. So it's very much, this is what I do. My background is, I'm married, I have a young daughter, 2.5-year-old, trying to figure that side of my life out. And my background was ex-hotelier. I was general manager with Fairmont Hotels, director of operation too. Worked in Dubai, opened few hotels, Fairmont and Raffles Dubai, Fairmont in Kenya, South Africa, Fairmont Vancouver, worked for a real estate company as well, before starting my startup. So this is, we were fortunate enough to win a couple of awards as well. One Travolution Award as best travel innovation company, tech-wise. And this year we won the world blockchain-driven best loyalty program. So that's a few of our success along with it. We are launching in India in next 2 months. That's our first market, because we all know Indian loves gold. And so this is the first time they will be able to earn gold by spending across the retail infrastructure. And then we come to Dubai, and also with a prepaid card, and then coming to UK. So this is our roadmap.
Fantastic. And so obviously you mentioned India as a big market. And in the UK, have you got an idea who you see being your best customers?
So we have two types of customer, right? Well, one is the B2B. In fact, that's where we see our biggest penetration, where we empower local brands. So let's, for an example, we say a UK brand, where hotel brands, where they only have presence within the UK, but they don't have presence in Dubai or so on. So their customer is locked in only when they're traveling within UK. But when they travel outside, they lose the customer, including their profile, right? So what the customer behavior, spending, and so on. So our focus market is very much the brands which are locked in and doing great within the region, to empower them to compete with the global brands. For instance, a few brands are well positioned, which we are talking actually in UK, where our first pitch is, why us? Because with us, you give the customer 5%, let's say, back in gold for direct booking. So instead of getting a business from booking.com and pay 15 to 20% or sometimes 30% for the same booking, you are paying 5 and the same rate, and the customer also wins and you also win. So your customer acquisition becomes less, including restaurant groups, shopping malls, by keeping the customer within, right, and getting the real-time data. So that's one of our customer. An airline company or anyone who has a customer base, we are they are our B2B customer, to empower their customer, and their customer get an access to the global travel base, and the global base customer also get an access to them. So that's where we are in.
Interesting. So yeah, definitely a big potential market. So what would you say then are the challenges for you moving forward as a business?
See, because the business climate right now, it's very dynamic, right? Sometime it goes up, sometimes down. The COVIDs of the world, right, came in through. So our business model changed as well. It evolved. Now I look back, it evolved for good, right? But initially, when it was very much a travel-driven loyalty program, overnight from a business to zero, right? And then we became more a lifestyle loyalty program, right? From a shopping malls to e-shops to everything. And that's the nature of business nowadays. The way it's heading towards it, that needs to be a bit more dynamic. And the fundraising, that's what we are doing now. So we were bootstrapped. We are a group of 4 co-founders. In fact, one of my co-founder, he was heading the product team for Uber and a PayPal as well. GrabPay, the super app, he drove the entire project for it. His name is Abhishek Shukla. Then we have Kesh Talwar, who was VP Micro MasterCard. Moven, Payment Collect, so ex-veteran of a payment infrastructure. Because the reason we have the full strong payment team, because we're taking the entire loyalty points infrastructure to putting on the payment infrastructure. So it's because it's a security, right? So we created in this way. So yes, the money is always important for the startup. So that's, I would put as a number 1 challenge, to ensure that we keep getting in and we keep evolving.
Yeah, makes sense. So what's been your biggest learning as a business owner?
The biggest earning first is to stay motivated within, right? Because it's challenging, right? And then the only person who can let you down is yourself. So I think the biggest learning has been discipline. Of doesn't matter how the day is, I keep doing my job, right? Without expecting how the day will turn out to, but you keep repeating every single day and keep moving on. Because this you don't experience while having a salary job, right? This, when you're starting your own, I think the biggest challenge is to stay focused, keep mind at the right place, and keep doing what you are doing in a disciplined way, right? And open to criticism. So I've never been so open to criticism ever in my life, which I've been now, because I realized that it's to improve my own business, right? Because before I used to defend and so on, but now if somebody gives me feedback, I take it more a way to improve. So yes, I think it's more self-development than anything else.
Fantastic. And on a similar but slightly different question, have you got any advice to give to your 18-year-old self?
Start start your own, have a hustle with a side job as well, right? I always, I never did that because I was too focused in what I was trying to do. I achieve good career growth in hospitality, right? And I created more goal with the position rather than a title. My goal was that time to be a general manager, right? There was nothing else. But once you are general manager, what next, right? I think that's where uh, I re-engineered and start discovering myself again, and that's why I left the job and started the entrepreneurship at 40. I would say, but I think the generation is different than when I started, right? To be more open to the world, to know what's happening around, because when you are just focused with one, which is good, but you don't know, so there are many other opportunities goes away. And when you have capital, also keep investing on new startup investors, being on that part of that journey, because one of them clicks and then it makes it bigger. So I always think if you want to have, because the career changes, at 20s is different, 30s are different, and the 40s become different. And 40, if I had to do this all over again, my investment, more than that, means along with myself, which I'm doing, I would also do a side hustle on the side to create that a stable income on the side, right? That's what, and maybe something I build up by mentoring or so on. Doesn't matter what.
Fantastic.
I think then I should have entered a bit more earlier than later.
Yeah, no, we've heard that before. Get started sooner. Good advice. So, and look, what do you find inspiring just now?
A strong family, I have to say, among all of them, right? I think, and which I was very confident person before, right? It's all about self-belief and so on, and moved. But I realized over a period of time that particularly in the entrepreneur life, right, when it's ups and downs, when you have a strong family backing you up, you actually wake up for the next day to make it even start fresh, make it go forward. So the family has always been an inspiring and somebody who inspires. Definitely my wife, looking after the kid. So I have a strong family in this regard. And the small wins I started celebrating far more than before, because before I had once I reached there, this is a success. Now every day, hey, today, like I'm having a beautiful call with you, this is inspiring, right? I close my day, say, hey, today I achieved something. So these small wins with a strong family and enjoying the journey as much as destination is key. This is my new mantra, which I'm going to follow way forward.
Fantastic. And yeah, I know from our little chat for the call, you're off to play golf later, so that's great. And is there any, as a final thing, is there any offer or news you'd like to share with our audience?
Stay in touch, because our goal back is going to come in a big way in 2023. There are many things we are working for the full year. We wish to bring it forward. In fact, once you have the goal back, and that's our commitment as a company to you, is a customer is always at the focus, right? Rather than the brand or anything else, right? Because it's about the customer and only customer, right? Rather than everybody trying to make a unicorn out of this. If I have a 1 million customer or 100,000 customer and everybody's loyal to the brand, this is where we are heading towards. So only thing I would request is stay connected. That we are trying to build something bigger. Me as a customer, and all my solution is based on me as a customer, and I think with the support we will make what we are trying to achieve.
Excellent. Watch this space and look forward to seeing it growing over the next quarter and the next year. So
yeah, I want to see everyone have a golden teeth.
Fantastic. So look, thanks very much for taking part, Rana. It's been great to find out more about your business, more about you, and we look forward to seeing the growth of your company in the coming weeks and months and years.
Thank you so much. Thank you for the opportunity again, and I'll be in touch for sure.
Perfect. Thank you. Yeah, we'll get a game of golf in sometime.
Absolutely.
Thanks, Rana.